I'm a little bit tired, you know. I wanna home.
You're going to rest now. There's already a tweet gone out from you saying, maybe I fight Moses Itauma as well. Is that true?
I don't know. Listen, I don't know because now I wanna think what next.
Boxing. I like this guy.
He says he's ready for you now at 20 years old.
Yeah. Yeah,
His Excellency, even though he's only 20, he wants that fight now with Usyk and Itauma.
I don't know, this is not good for...
7 rounds. I think the division isn't that strong when it comes to the amount of ability that he has. I don't think anyone else has that amount of actual ability. What he lacks in experience, he makes up for in clear ability.
The heavyweight division has always been boxing's grandest stage, a theater where legends are made and careers are shattered in a single night. And right now, the name on everyone's lips is Moses Itauma, the 20-year-old prodigy with youth, power, and confidence to spare. Fresh off a thunderous victory over Dillian Whyte, Itauma has turned his attention to the reigning master of the craft, Oleksandr Usyk. At first glance, Usyk...
Alexander, what did you make of Moses' win on the weekend? What did you think?
The great man, the great fight. I think Itauma is future for boxing. I like this guy.
He says he's ready for you now at 20 years old.
Yeah. Yeah,
His reaction seemed calm and respectful. With his usual charm, he smiled, praised Moses, and called him the future of boxing. But as seasoned observers pointed out, there was more behind that grin. When Usyk casually said, "Yeah, definitely," it wasn't just approval, it was a subtle challenge.
Last fight, Itauma, this good fight. Turkey is good man. This organize more big fighter, more big event, and we see what we do, what next step, and we see what proposition with about.
Almost like he was daring the young lion. If you're ready, prove it against me. That's Usyk in a nutshell. Playful on the surface, deadly serious underneath. Respectful in public, but always reminding challengers who truly owns the throne. Usyk's longtime coach, Sergey Lapin, gave perhaps the clearest warning. While he applauded Moses' talent,
there's some good fights to be made. That's a consideration. We'll look at it.
Usyk next.
We're going to sit down. We're not making any decisions tonight. We'll consider.
And admitted the win over Whyte was impressive. He didn't sugarcoat the reality. Fighting Usyk right now, he said, is too dangerous. The gulf between beating a veteran like Whyte and sharing the ring with a tactical genius like Usyk is enormous. Moses may be the future, Lapin stressed, but Usyk still rules today. His words captured the essence of the debate. Potential versus proven.
My name is guy Itauma. Moses Itauma. I think he's a great fighter. The young, 20 years, yeah?
20.
Yeah, 20 years. I think Itauma have big future.
Greatness. Promoters couldn't resist adding fuel to the fire. Frank Warren, always skilled at teasing the public, hinted that the idea of Usyk versus Itauma is very real. He admitted talks have begun, and even Usyk himself has thought about it. That kind of admission instantly changes the narrative from fantasy to possibility.
If he has the more experience on his side, Itauma,
That's it. Absolutely.
Another 4 or 5 fights down the line, then you're looking at an absolute wrecking ball. Then he would beat everybody put in front of him.
They said
but
Saturday,
nobody's going to. Yeah, nobody's going to.
He said Saturday, who's going to give him the rounds? That's what he was saying. He wanted them out.
Nobody beats Usyk right now.
The fact that Warren, a veteran promoter known for building stars carefully, is even entertaining this matchup speaks volumes. It's no longer just hype. This fight is genuinely on the table. Even when stumbling over Itauma's name in interviews, Usyk never fumbled when it came to recognizing his skill. He called Moses a great fighter with a big future. But in classic Usyk style, the compliments were mixed with unshakable confidence. He's faced giants before and beaten them. He's dismantled stronger men, faster men, and champions who believed they had the answers. Behind the playful words, Usyk made his position clear. He acknowledges the threat, but the throne is still his. 3-time world.
He's a fighter. He's a winner. He's got plenty of ambition, and he truly believes that he can go in there and beat any man in the world right now, and that includes Oleksandr Usyk. Do I personally think it's too soon? Yes, I do. Usyk's he's a different breed, he's a different fighter. Yes, he's getting older.
Champion Duke McKenzie praised Moses heavily, calling him a potential wrecking ball in the division. But even McKenzie drew the line at Usyk. His verdict was simple. Moses may smash through most of today's heavyweights, but nobody touches Usyk right now. It was the ultimate respect, a nod to Itauma's rapid rise, but also a reminder that Usyk remains untouchable at the pinnacle of the sport. Trainer Dave Coldwell struck a balanced tone. He admired Moses' ambition and self-belief, noting how rare it is for a 20-year-old to carry such conviction. But Coldwell emphasized that Usyk is a different breed. Yes, the Ukrainian has miles on the clock, but experience is often what separates the elite from the dreamers. The future might belong to Moses, Coldwell said, but the present still belongs to Usyk. That truth echoes across the heavyweight scene.
I'm not sure that Usyk will want to fight Moses if he's 40 already. So maybe the clock is ticking, the clock is clicking, the clock is ticking for Moses to fight Usyk before he's 40. Maybe as well, he won't want to ruin his legacy, but maybe if Turki Al-Sheikh wants to see the fight, put up enough money, maybe he will fight him, and maybe the legacy will be ruined. But maybe if he fights him before he's 40, is the risk...
Usyk is not just another champion, but a master technician whose unorthodox style and relentless work rate make him uniquely dangerous. Boxing journalist Gareth A. Davies pushed the debate into legacy territory. He argued that time itself may be Moses' toughest opponent. Usyk, now in his late 30s, might not want to risk his career-defining reputation against a hungry, fearless 20-year-old when he's in his 40s. Davies highlighted the financial reality. If the money is right, the fight could happen sooner than expected. But his analysis raised a deeper tension. Usyk has nothing left to prove, while Moses has everything to prove. The collision of those two arcs is what makes the potential fight so irresistible.
See you again
This year?
the end of the year.
Yes.
100%. 100%. And come on, Moses, give us a name. I know you said
Go on.
the crowd should give us a name, and there's many a contender ringside as well. Who do you want to see opposite you?
These lot are saying Usyk.
It's Usyk, is it?
What's the crowd saying? What's the crowd saying?
Usyk himself has been refreshingly honest about where he stands. He claims his skill set and ring IQ put him above Usyk already, yet he openly admits his lack of championship round experience could be a weakness. That kind of self-awareness at just 20 years old is rare. It's a paradox, bold enough to declare himself better than the champion, humble enough to admit his shortcomings. That blend of fire and humility makes Moses both a fascinating personality and a dangerous opponent. Promoter Eddie Hearn gave perhaps the bluntest assessment. For him, the fight is a double-edged sword. Either Moses shocks the world with a knockout, or Usyk completely schools him. At such a young age, Hearn insists timing is everything. Hearn's skepticism echoes Le Pen's warnings. Talent isn't in question, readiness is. As a promoter, he sees...
But at the same time, he may go in there and get absolutely schooled by Oleksandr Usyk. Or he might knock him out, I don't know. But personally, at 20... you know, you got to get it right. And Frank, like I said, Frank knows what he's doing. And I think I'd be very surprised if they took that kind of test.
He's both the hype and the risk. The fight is huge, Hearn said, but it could backfire spectacularly. Commentator John Rawling cut straight to the business side. He admitted Usyk versus Itauma would generate massive financial pull, but argued Moses still needs more rounds, more seasoning, and more time. Rawling crowned Usyk the best of his generation, and doubted whether the fight will even happen. Yet, as he pointed out, the more people say it won't happen, the more fans demand it. That paradox keeps the fire alive. Unlike his father Frank, Francis Warren didn't hold back. In his eyes, Moses is already ready for the elite, Usyk included. He talked about rankings, positioning, and matchups with Parker or Joshua, but made it clear Usyk is firmly on the radar. This wasn't cautious promoter talk, it was bold belief. Backing a 20-year-old against a reigning heavyweight king is a statement in itself, one that applies pressure on both sides. Former cruiserweight king Tony Bellew...
Well, money always talks, doesn't it? And come on, I mean, it's going to be vast, isn't it? And you know, and if Turkey wants it, if the big noises over here, the big money men are moving towards that, then they'll be pushing for that. But at the moment, he needs rounds. And who are you going to put him in against?
You nailed the paradox of Moses Itauma. He praised the youngster's natural talent but reminded everyone that talent alone won't beat Usyk. Bellew used Usyk's own career as the perfect example. The Ukrainian dismantled bigger men through skill, ring IQ, and relentless willpower. That's the standard Moses must meet. Bellew's words were both encouraging and sobering. Moses is destined for greatness, but Usyk remains the ultimate measuring stick. Sky Sports' Adam Smith delivered one of the most grounded assessments. He believes Moses could already beat most heavyweights in the world today, but he drew a firm line at Usyk, and perhaps Dubois, as fighters operating at a different level. For Smith, the gap isn't about talent, but timing. With more experience, Moses could close it, but if he rushes, the risk of being outclassed is very real. Even so, placing a 20-year-old in conversations alongside Usyk and Dubois is high
Get maybe one in before December and then a big fight in December.
Joseph Parker, Ajit Kabai, who would you think?
They're not going to chuck names around. I don't think we need to. We're in a great position ranking-wise, but I think he's ready for the big guys now.
Oleksandr Usyk included in that list.
Praise in itself. So here we are, with the boxing world split. On one side stands Oleksandr Usyk, the master craftsman, the man who conquered cruiserweight and then defied the odds to rule heavyweight. On the other stands Moses Itauma, young, unbeaten, and fearless, ready to roar his way into history. If Usyk wins, his legacy grows even stronger. He will be remembered as the man who turned back the challenge of youth and proved once again that skill, experience, and intelligence outweigh raw talent. If Moses wins, however, everything changes. A new era begins instantly. At 20 years old, he would become the most talked about heavyweight on the planet, the man who dethroned a generational genius. This fight isn't just about belts. It's about pride, power, and history. It's about the calm genius of Usyk versus the unrelenting fire of Itauma. Every round would tell its own story. Every exchange would symbolize youth versus mastery, hunger versus composure. And that's the beauty of this potential clash. It represents the
only thing that I worry about with Moses is the size. But ultimately, as we've seen now, size becomes irrelevant because look what Oleksandr Usyk's done. This guy's gone out and beaten everyone, including me. He's exceptional. So I don't think Moses is going to be as technically as good as Oleksandr Usyk, but he's the next in line. I think he's the future of the heavyweight division. I think he's an outstanding talent.
Very essence of boxing. Fans are left divided. Some back Usyk's genius, others back Moses' rise. But one thing is certain, the hype isn't going away. The clash of generations is brewing. Whether it happens now or later, the countdown has already begun. Are you backing Usyk's mastery, or do you believe Moses Itauma is ready to seize the throne? The debate starts now.